In today's news, Royal Virgin Islands Police Force launched a new crime mapping dashboard. Football Fiesta hailed a huge success. Girls and women come together to celebrate International Women's Day and the sport of football. BVICCHA by BVI Young Entrepreneurs Business Expo to take center stage. BVI Red Cross and Nagico partner for 2021 Men's Health Expo. Former USVI Port Authority officer found dead in St. Thomas, and CDC says vaccinated people can gather in small groups without mask or social distancing. All this and so much more when 284 News returns.
The wind! Oh!
What the hell?
I'm freaking out!
Is time.
284 News.
Coming to you live and direct from the beautiful British Virgin Islands.
What's poppin', what's really good, what's happening, what's up?
Davis has won it for the Lakers!
Welcome everybody. It's Wednesday, March 10th, 2021. I'm Ron Grant and you're watching 284 News out of Tortola in the British Virgin Islands. Thanks for joining us. A happy Wednesday to one and all. Beginning on the local scene here in the British Virgin Islands. Almost 50 girls and women took to the fields in East End Long Look on Saturday, March 6th to celebrate International Women's Day, along with the regional governing body, CONACAF, and the Football Association. As explained by the head of the FA Women's Committee, Mrs. Mary Phillips, International Women's Day, she said, is a global day celebrating the social, economic, and cultural and political achievements of women. Our celebration started a bit early, but it was a day geared at celebrating women's success. Mistress of Ceremony, Mrs. Mary Lou Creaky, gave brief remarks to launch the festival before her daughter and rising female soccer player Morgan Creaky sung the territorial song. Also in attendance and guest speaker, the Honorable Shireen Flax-Charles, who is a former executive member of the FA and longtime champion for equality of women, spoke to what can be achieved as a woman, culturally, politically, as well as the challenges faced. It was a great scene having young girls from 5 years to women over 40 taking part in the day's events, continued Phillip, which included a variety of challenges and 2 soccer games. Some signed up for the registering of the club, but even though it was a good turnout, she said, "I wish there had been more people." All 41 members of the Confederation of North American and Caribbean Football Association participated in the event, stretched over the weekend, and the FA's stated objective of fostering a relationship with all women in the territory was achieved, as confirmed by lead coach of the women's program, Wayne Phillip. He said the event this weekend was excellent. We are really starting to see women's football moving forward. He continued by saying the attendance was great, with females from Joss Van Dyke and Virgin Gorda joining their Tortola counterparts, and I want to thank everyone who made it possible. The dream of the Royal Virgin Islands Police Force's Systems Manager, Sergeant Claude Reimer, to electronically map crime throughout the territory of the Virgin Islands has finally become a reality. The Royal Virgin Islands Police Force rolled out its new interactive crime mapping system in a short presentation on Tuesday, March 9th, at the police headquarters with the Governor, Commissioner, and senior officers in attendance. Now, the interactive platform viewers will place a lot of detail on the necessary information to equip officers when responding to an incident at their fingertips. Data from the types of crime, frequency to the specific location, and CCTV footage with the geographical location will be provided on the interactive maps. Intelligence gathering and crime analysis will be made easier and quicker throughout this platform. The technology allows officers to make better proactive decisions. His Excellency the Governor John J. Ranking congratulated Sergeant Reimer and his police technical advisory team for the very specialized and time-consuming work that went into creating the dashboard and advocates for the sharing of this technology with other overseas territories. Commissioner of Police Michael Matthews also noted his delight in seeing this long-awaited rollout promised by Sergeant Reimer before his exit from office in April. The commissioner said in a comment, and I quote, "The best departure present I could have received as commissioner is this new interactive platform. It will modernize how and when we use our limited resources and will assist the force with operational deployments and identify crime hotspots of drugs and firearms. This will substantially boost the force's crime-fighting capabilities," the commissioner closed. Sergeant Reimer credited the Town and Country Planning Department and its director, Mr. Greg Adams, for developing the base for platform by offering its geographic information technology. The programmer and developer for the GIS team in the department is Troy Dawson, a very well-needed initiative for the Royal Virgin Islands Police Force, and we continue to wish them the very best. Viewers, still ahead, the BVI to benefit from upcoming Health Expo and by BVI Young Entrepreneurs Business Expo. All this and so much more when 284 News returns.
Is business slow? Cash flow down? Hosting an upcoming event? We can help. Advertise with 284 Media and take your business or event to the next level by enhancing your present marketing and messaging strategies. Allow our team of experts to create a personalized ad that sets your business apart from all the rest. This could be your business or event. So, what are you waiting for? Contact our marketing team at 284media@cctbvi.com. Advertising with us works. Gentlemen, aspiring gentlemen, and our partners that hold us down. It's season 2 of The Art of a Distinguished Gentleman, taking you on the most inspiring journey with the best and brightest distinguished gentlemen of the BVI. Raw, real-life lessons that translate to grounded, community-minded, well-rounded men like you've never seen them before. Governor Augustus J.U. Jaspert, Jovan Klein, Neil Klein, and so much more. Turning modern-day men into 21st century distinguished gentlemen with yours truly, Ron Grant, a 284 Media production.
Viewers, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. You're watching 284 News out of Tortola in the BVI. Continuing on the local scene here in Tortola, in the coming weeks, 2 agencies will be hosting 2 extraordinary events benefiting residents in the British Virgin Islands. They are the BVI Chamber of Commerce and Hotel Association and the BVI Red Cross. Now hosting its 22nd fair, the BVI Red Cross is once again hosting their Men's Health Expo in partnership with Nagico Health Insurance. Director of the BVI Red Cross, Mrs. Stacy Lloyd, and Deputy Disaster Manager, Ms. Maureen Fraser, joined me in studio to speak on the upcoming event and its impact in our community. Take a look.
Well, this is our 22nd prostate cancer screening / men's health fair. It started in 1998, and it initially started as just a prostate cancer screening for men. In 2015, this fair actually grew to a men's health fair. And basically what that means is that there are other services that are being offered as opposed to just screening for prostate cancer,
Correct.
such as health and fitness. You can be able to check your glucose levels, cholesterol, blood pressure, etc. So it's a full-blown fair. And men are less likely to go to the doctor than females. And that's how this fair actually, that was the genesis of this fair, that it was a means for men to start having that relationship with their practitioners, for them to start taking their health more seriously, taking advantage of checkups and making sure that they're well and they're doing good. Of course, in the Caribbean, with food, we like to celebrate, and with celebrating comes alcohol and drinking. And occasionally you might find persons smoking cigarettes, etc., etc. Health and fitness, I think it's on the rise. It wasn't that way before, but men are more likely now to get involved in health and fitness and looking good. And so those are the different things that generally affect men. And again, we talked about mental health, and it was something that was a bit taboo. And it still is a challenge, but like I said, men are more now forthcoming because there's an environment to talk about mental health.
That was Director Lloyd. Now, men's health refers to a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being as experienced by men, and not just merely the absence of disease or sickness. Now, sadly, many men don't seem to seek medical attention until something is wrong. Men across the territory of the Virgin Islands are once again encouraged to take advantage of this meaningful health expo, catering to both on Virgin Gorda, men on Virgin Gorda, and Tortola. Now, the flyer, which you can see on the screen, will be held on March 25th on Virgin Gorda at the Catholic Community Center from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. and again on Tortola on April 9th and 10th at the Cedar School in Kingston from 6 a.m. to 4 p.m. Health offerings include blood glucose, blood pressure, cholesterol, prostate screening for ages 35 and up, nutrition, education, and lifestyle education seminars. The BVI Chamber of Commerce and Hotel Association continues to be the confident and proactive voice for the business sector and a driving force for business development and economic growth here in the British Virgin Islands. Their mission is to empower, educate, and equip BVI businesses for their success and growth, and have been the voice of business for the past 50 years. In continuing with this mantra, the BVICCHA will be hosting a by BVI Young Entrepreneurs Business Expo, where young Virgin Islands business owners get an opportunity to showcase their products and services. Now, despite the present challenges of COVID-19, the BVICCHA remains proactive in their support to the business community and is now creating avenues for young and up-and-coming entrepreneurs to hold their rightful place in the BVI business community while contributing to the Virgin Islands' economic success. Executive Director, that is, of the BVICCHA, Mrs. Kiaya George, joined me in studio to discuss this upcoming event. Listen in.
Well, if you recall, we've always had the By BVI trade show.
Correct.
So it is just like the By BVI trade show, but what I ended up doing was speaking to the board of directors and telling them, that this is really a business expo, because from what I understand, trade is normally one specific trade, not several trades on being presented.
Right.
So we rebranded it and call it the BVICCH by BVI Business Expo. And then this one is just the BVICCHA by BVI Young Entrepreneurs Business Expo. And what the young entrepreneurs would do is they would come and set up their booths, showcase their talents, their services, whatever it is that they have to offer, and let the general public know what it is that's going on with them. I mean, I'm really excited about it because I've been working with young entrepreneurs for a little over a year now on some other projects. And so this is right up my avenue. And Ron, I think you mentioned earlier that you mentioned in spite of the pandemic, yes, that the chamber was still there, but in spite of the pandemic, we still have to support our young people. And this is for ages 25 to 0. And what we're doing is we're doing two categories. We're hoping to separate them, but it's just based on how many registrations of each category we have. So we're going to have a younger group, 0 to 17, where any prizes or any competitions that happen during the expo would just be for them. And then we're going to have an older group that's 18 to 25.
Now, viewers, it is not too late at all for interested persons to sign up for the By BVI Young Entrepreneurs Business Expo. Mrs. George further outlined just how persons could be a part of this remarkable event.
This week, Friday, which is March 19th. And then as a member of the Chamber of Commerce, one of the benefits of being a member is that you always get a reduced rate for every event that we offer. So the early bird for chamber members are $100 if you just want to register, meaning you already have your booth, you already have your tent, or whatever you need to set up. It's $150 if you require the table, the coverings for the table, and 2 chairs, and $325 if you're going to get the table, the chairs, the covering, and the tent as well. For non-members, the early registration for just the registration is $150 for the table with the chairs and all the covering is $200. And if we're going to include the tent, it's going to be $375. And again, these rates expire on March 19th.
Okay.
So we want to go ahead and get people registered so we can go ahead and ensure that we have a wonderful event a month later on April 17th.
Wonderful. Now, a wonderful initiative being put on by the BVICCHA, and we hope that the young entrepreneurs and the parents that support them will really take advantage of this opportunity, as well, of course, our men who are able to take advantage of the wonderful Health Expo being put on by the BVI Red Cross. BVI students, viewers, are said to get the right start in a two-day seminar being put on by the government of the Virgin Islands through the Ministry of Education and the Guidance Counseling Department. Now, the Right Start program is essentially a two-day long day event where students who are getting ready to graduate get first-hand advice and experience through speeches and presentations from professionals and educators. We caught up with guidance counselor at the Virgin Islands School of Technical Studies, Miss Shanice Leonard, who is spearheading this event, and she shared exactly what can be expected in this event. Listen in.
Elmoston High School will be hosting our annual Right Start program this Thursday and Friday, March 11th and 12th. It's a two-day workshop which caters to our grade 12 students. It will be held at H. Laverty Community College from 9 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. on both days. The purpose of this event is basically to ensure that our students are prepared with the necessary skills as they matriculate towards college and or the world of work. We have a series of presentations scheduled, and we are truly grateful to the business community and individuals that have committed to be a part of our Right Start program this year. Some of the areas that we will cover are financial literacy, and we have Money Matters BVI on board, as well as National Bank of the Virgin Islands, Republic Bank, and Banco Popular. Other areas are college preparations, college applications, time management, effective communications, healthy relations. We also have entrepreneurship, and some of the entrepreneurs that we have on board are Dr. Michael Turnbull, Mrs. Kathleen McTavius, Dr. Shakima Stow-Otley, and Mr. Akeem Leonard. We also have resume writing, so our students will be learning how to write winning resumes as well as mock interviews. So these are just some of the topics that will be covered. And of course, this event won't be possible without one of our major sponsors, which is H. Laverty Community College.
That was Miss Shanice Leonard of the Virgin Islands School of Technical Studies and a guidance counselor. Now, we here at 284 Media wish to take this opportunity to wish these students graduating in the next few months the very best as they prepare to enter into the working world, as well as choose vocations and seek educational qualifications. We continue to wish you the best. Viewers, still ahead, CDC says vaccinated people can gather in small groups without masks or social distancing, and a former Port Authority officer found dead in St. Thomas. We have all the details after this commercial break.
So you're saying I can ask this cat any question?
The cat is connected to the computer. You just type in the question, it will read his mind. There the answer comes.
You're the man! I've been looking for this for weeks.
Father Jesus, that line you long like church service.
Alright, do enjoy the rest of the day. Next customer line, please. Wait, hold on a second.
Yes, Sonny boy, come, yes, Sonny.
Good morning.
Good morning, Sonny boy. Hold on there. You must have cut fun topic.
It's okay, I'll take care of it.
What? No man to take care of me.
How may I assist you? Yes. You want top of all?
You want top of power?
Join the prepaid party with CCT and enjoy more affordable data plans, more top-up promotions, more savings with hero bundles, and more value for your money each and every Tuesday with Top Up Turn Up Tuesday. Visit a CCT store today or anywhere CCT Top Up is sold and top up your phone.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You want top of all?
Welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Now on to regional and international news. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention said Monday that people who have been fully vaccinated against COVID-19 can gather privately in small groups without wearing masks or social distancing, an announcement that eases restrictions for inoculated individuals as vaccination pickups continue to rise in the U.S. Now, the CDC said more than 92 million people have taken the COVID-19 vaccine shot, with 18% having received at least one dose, just over 9% having received both doses. Even with the new guidelines, however, the CDC said persons who are fully vaccinated should continue to follow COVID-19 guidelines put in place to mitigate spread. This includes, of course, wearing of masks and social distancing while in public or when visiting unvaccinated people who are at higher risk of severe cases of deadly COVID-19. CDC Director Rochelle Walensky said at a press briefing, "Our guidance must balance the risk to people who have been fully vaccinated, the risk to those who have not yet received the vaccination, and of course the impact on the larger community transmission of COVID-19. The CDC also kept its guidelines that people continue to hold off from long train rides and plane trips. COVID-19 cases in the U.S. have been down about 70%, thankfully, from its winter surge, while the government's vaccination drive has been ramping up. President of the U.S., Joe Biden, has said the U.S. will have enough vaccines to inoculate every adult American by the end of May. The CDC said it is possible for persons who have been vaccinated to become ill with the virus again, though the chances are low. It is also possible for vaccinated people to spread the virus to persons at severe risk for the disease. While the authorized vaccines have proven highly effective at preventing severe cases and death, it remains unclear how effective they are at mitigating the spread. Now, early data, however, suggests that inoculated people are less likely to become ill a second time with the virus and are less likely to spread it. Persons are considered fully vaccinated 2 weeks after taking the second dose of either the Moderna vaccine or the AstraZeneca. In addition to that, the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. Now, the CDC said vaccinated people don't need to quarantine or receive a test after being exposed to the virus, which comes at great news for many persons who are desirous of traveling. And they can visit unvaccinated people without wearing a mask or social distancing, so long as those persons are at low risk for severe cases of the disease. For persons living in a non-medical facility, such as a prison, they are too still to get tested or quarantined after being exposed to COVID-19. Said the CDC. Vaccinated employees at those same facilities or other heavily populated workplaces don't need to quarantine but should continually get tested. Now, vaccinated persons are at lower risk of getting reinfected when participating outdoor activities, going to the gym, or eating indoor at restaurants. The CDC stressed that the added safety provided through vaccination does not mean that those individuals should stop following the safety protocols, and vaccinated persons showing signs of reinfection should isolate themselves and get tested. Over in St. Thomas, a former VI Port Authority officer was found dead with multiple gunshot wounds in Estate Dorothea during the wee hours of Tuesday morning, announced the VIPD Public Information Officer Toby Derima. According to the news released on Tuesday by the VI Consortium, according to the reports, at 4:51 a.m., the 911 emergency call center received a call of a man down in Estate Dorothea in the vicinity of the dumpster. It was unclear whether the victim was shot at the dumpsters or when he was taken after their being killed. Now, Mr. Derima said he would provide an update once available. Officers traveled to the area and found an unresponsive black male with multiple gunshot wounds. Emergency medical technicians on the scene made a check of the victim and found no signs of life, Mr. Durima added. Now the victim has been identified as Bill John Baptiste, 49, who once worked as an officer of the VI Port Authority and from 2008 was embroiled in a public corruption case involving two former VI police officers, Francis Brooks and Enid Edwards. John Baptiste received a 5-year sentence in 2012 for kidnapping, while the two other police officers face well over a dozen charges, including robbery, extortion, and drug trafficking. According to the U.S. Department of Justice, Edwards and Brooks were convicted of operating a racketeering-influenced and corruption organization, enterprise, whose members and associates conspired to conduct and participate in the enterprise's affairs through a pattern of racketeering activity, which included extortion, bribery, kidnapping, conspiracy to distribute controlled substances, and extortion-related crimes under the VI Code. The U.S. DOJ said Edwards also was convicted of structuring under federal law. Evidence presented at a trial established that from 2000 through 2009, the activities of Edwards and Brooks in their capacity as VIPD officers included extorting drug traffickers for money in exchange for avoiding arrest, as well as selling and acquiring illegal narcotics to and from local drug traffickers, engaging in kidnapping in relation to extortion of private citizens, and providing counterfeit documents in exchange for money. Now, investigations continue to be ongoing in these cases, as well as we continue to monitor the huge level of violence that is impacting the U.S. Virgin Islands, particularly St. Croix at this time. Viewers, that is all the time we have, but that is not all the content. Be sure to follow us for daily news updates at 284media.com and like us on Facebook at 284media and 284BVI, on Instagram and Twitter. I'm Ron Grant. We'll see you again tomorrow as we deliver your daily dose of local, regional, and international content. We're 284 News, your source for honest and impartial news, right here on 284 Media out of Tortola in the British Virgin Islands. Happy Wednesday, everyone. Have a good rest of the day. Bye-bye.
The win! Oh!
What the hell?
I'm freaking out!
Is high.
284 News.
Coming to you live and direct from the beautiful British Virgin Islands.
What's poppin'? What's really good? What's happening? What's up?